Hello everyone, this is AndresRestart, and today we are talking about Yoshi and the Mysterious Book and whether it's worth it. I got a chance to play the game early. There are demos out there in the wild. I went out and found one. It took a little while, but I did find a playable demo of Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, and I certainly have some thoughts, so that's what we're diving into today. Now all I ask is that you sit back, relax, watch the video, hear me out, and let me know what you think in the comments below at the end. But I've already been on the record about my feelings on this game. When I first saw this game with the initial announcement, I was intrigued. I think visually the game is interesting. Yoshi is a fun platformer. I enjoy my platformers. However, I do like a challenge in my platformers, and Yoshi is historically very easy, although there are Yoshi games where if you go a step further to find the extras, there is some challenge to be found there. And so I was kind of on the fence about this game, but then when we got the overview trailer and the previews, what I learned about Yoshi and the Mysterious Book kind of pushed me away from picking this one up. Ultimately, we heard that the game is pretty darn easy, and it feels like it's designed for children. But I now got a chance to play the game myself, and I was curious if maybe my opinions might shift a little bit. Could I perhaps start leaning closer in the direction of wanting to actually pick up this game and play through it to completion? And I played the demo, and playing through the demo, seeing what the game had to offer, pretty much left me with the impressions I had from all prior coverage. For the most part, but there's a little bit of a extra twist here. Now, I don't have that much demo footage because I was just kind of waltzing around the store. I didn't have a tripod or anyone with me, so I tried recording some footage while playing the game with one hand, which obviously, there are limitations there. So that's all the personal footage I have, but of course I'll be sharing just little clips from the trailers and such throughout this video. But my impressions of the game are this. It looks great. Like, you can look at the trailers on YouTube and it's never going to do it justice. That's just kind of how it usually goes. Like, the game feels really vibrant. It really does have this beautiful storybook look. I do love that when you go to the sides or the outer reaches of every world, you do see the end of the book, because the idea with all these worlds is that they're in this storybook, and so you're going in and you're exploring around within this book. So that's an interesting bit of detail there, and like I said, the game looks great, super colorful, super vibrant, nice storybook feel, but I also love how animated the world is. It does feel very lively, and Yoshi himself also feels very lively. They definitely put in a lot of work for the animations. And I'll also say that Yoshi has never felt better. Yoshi controls really well. There's certainly variance in terms of how you can do things. Like, I noticed that with Yoshi's tongue attack, you can actually kind of swing it up and down as you're doing it. So there's actually some flexibility with how you can go about doing the moves. And then the flutter jump, you can kind of repeatedly do it in one place and use it to flutter for some time. So in terms of Yoshi's core mechanics, I actually found them very enjoyable. Even the new mechanic where you can kind of kick creatures onto your back or lob them elsewhere, I imagine this was put in there to add another level of interaction that you can with the world and the other characters, because you're going to be doing all these different things, which brings you to the core concept of Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, and it's really about discovery and experimentation. And this is actually something that I really enjoy about games. I love to explore around, interacting, finding out different things that I can do. That's one of my favorite things about video games. And so in that regard, from what I played of the demo, I did find myself enjoying what was going on here. However, a lot of this was pretty obvious stuff. Of course, it is the beginning of the game that they had us play, I presume, or basically the beginning. And so I'm sure things will get more involved as you progress. But I will say, by the second level, because I played a little bit of the second level within my playtime, I did notice some cool stuff. Like, there's this level that just has dandelions everywhere, or rather, there aren't that many dandelions at first, but when you bump into them, they float off, and where they land, they sprout again. And so you can actually spread the dandelions everywhere, and they react to your movement. Like, when you bump into them, they go in that direction, or if you use your tongue, and you can swing around your tongue, remember? You can actually throw the dandelions in all sorts of other directions, slowly spreading the dandelions everywhere. And this can have impacts on the world, I noticed. When dandelions plant on a rock, they create certain cracks, weakening the rock, so you can then ground pound the rock and break it and find what's there. And so I found a big boulder that was far off to the side, and I slowly got all the dandelions spreading all over the map until it got to the point where I could actually reasonably get the dandelions on that giant boulder, and then smashed through that, and then I found a tunnel leading towards a really big, interesting looking kind of creature. I didn't actually get a chance to interact with the creature, but I got just enough time to kind of see the fruits of the experimentation. And so I do think there is something to this game that's worthy of note here, that is going above and beyond your typical game. And this is where Yoshi Mysterious Book, I think, is its strongest. However, did I come away from the demo feeling like there's going to be enough of these cool surprises and things that are going to keep me drawn in? Like, are the rewards for the experimentation going to keep me drawn in? And to be honest with you, I'm just not totally sold. Like, that last cool moment I mentioned, yeah, that's getting me there. But did I find that so rewarding that I personally feel like picking up the game and playing through all of this, especially when it does really feel like this game is designed more so for children? And that's where I gotta say, honestly, at best, I'm on the fence, but I'm definitely still leaning in the direction of not really wanting to pick this one up myself. Not that it's a bad game by any stretch, all I see is good, but not necessarily for me personally. But you know, as someone who's now recently become an uncle and now starting to think about things from the perspective of maybe a parent or a guardian, I do see the merit in a game like this for a younger audience. The idea that this game is kind of getting you to think about different ways to interact with the world, and then to start think critically about what you can do. I think that's good for some development. I think that's good for teaching kids to problem solve. Like, I do get the impression that Yoshi the Mysterious Book is a good game for the brain. And it's pleasant too. So if you're a parent and you're looking for like a good adventure for your children, I think Yoshi the Mysterious Book is probably going to leave quite an impression on them. I feel like if I played this as a kid, I definitely would be really into it. Or maybe if you're just someone who's into experimentation and enjoys platformers and just likes the cutesy look of Yoshi, then this one may be worth it from you. That's kind of the impressions I got from everything we've seen so far and what I played. And that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else crazy to say about my experience of Yoshi the Mysterious Book. One thing I will mention, in the scene where there's the book, you can see like Yoshi's island off into the distance, and it's kind of interesting to see that whole island rendered in 3D. I'll just say it would be interesting to see them take Yoshi in that direction someday. Maybe that's something they save for 3D Mario, because we do know Yoshi can be involved with the different 3D Mario games, and I have been theorizing that with the next 3D Mario, Yoshi's going to be playing a significant role. Of course, reportedly, we're not going to be getting that until 2027. We'll see what actually happens. But those are pretty much all my thoughts on Yoshi Mysterious Book and whatever else may be related to Yoshi in the future. But what do you all think? Let me know in the comments below. This is AndresRestart. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I will see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.